Hi friends, my name is Paige.
I'm Morgan.
And this is
Girl Manufactured.
We're here to discuss the it girls, wannabes, and victims of the tween idol industrial complex.
From sitcom starlets turned forgotten pop singers to the few icons who broke the mold.
Our credentials, we are two queer millennials who were raised on aughts Disney, Nickelodeon, and MTV.
I work in communications now, but I'm a graduate of a performing arts high school and a recovering singer-songwriter.
And I'm a creative writer and professional advertising demon. Today, we're covering the sophomore album of Vanessa Hudgens, Identified. I feel like the perfect album to start us out has the iconic track Sneakernight, which Morgan and I bonded over. And this, of course, comes from Vanessa Hudgens' second album, Identified.
Vanessa Ann Hudgens.
No, not Vanessa Ann Hudgens, actually. So let me tell you about that. This goes into Vanessa Hudgens' lore. She was relatively a nobody in terms of like most teens until she, started High School Musical. But she started out on the stage, and that is when she was billed as Vanessa Ann Hudgens. But I believe starting with High School Musical, that's really when she decided she'd grown past that.
Oh.
All right. Identified, like I said, second studio album. It was released on June 24th, 2008 in Japan, and then on July 1st in the States.
I was 14.
Yeah, yep, because I was going on 15. I had like 2 or so months left until my birthday, and Vanessa was 19 years old. What a time to be alive.
Oh, man.
But I also want to give us some cultural context, set the stage. First of all, this was the pinnacle of Vanessa Hudgens' career. Let's be honest. She played Gabriela Montez in High School Musical. And then I think pretty soon after that, she dropped V, her debut album. Then 1 year after that, High School Musical 2 was 2007. And then there was this album, Identified. And then only months later, High School Musical 3, senior year, was released in theaters. That's right. It was a DCOM, but it was on the silver screen. But High School Musical 2, like I said, is, I think, I don't know if it's like right when she started recording her second one. It was around that time. But High School Musical 2, when that came out, it was the most commercially successful DCOM ever produced. I mean,
holy crap.
People were getting this information from Wikipedia mainly. So I did not fact check that, but I'd believe it. Also, at this point in time, so it's 2008, she is in a solid relationship with Zac Efron.
Wow.
Who played Troy Bolton. I think that was my Mrs. Darbus, the theater teacher voice.
I've only ever seen High School Musical 2.
Well, that's a problem. We'll change that soon. But yeah, they did it from 2005 to 2010.
Whoa, I didn't realize he was with her through the nude leaks.
Stop.
Are we jumping ahead?
We are. Well, actually, wait, no, that's the next thing in my notes. Her nudes had leaked a year prior, 2007, when she was only 18.
Oh.
So sad. Fun fact about her nudes, other than being extremely sad.
I'm sorry.
The fun fact is that they were the first celebrity nudes that I ever sought out.
Oh, fun fact about you, not about the nudes.
The nudes.
About you about the nudes.
Yes. I did not know I was queer at that point.
Oh.
I didn't realize I was bisexual, but this should have given it away. I mean, I was definitely looked them up and like under the guise of slut shaminess and curiosity, but it was like, girl,
yeah, we'll unpack that later.
Yeah, it's like, you want to see Vanessa Hudgens nude. I remember there was like, I'm pretty sure there was like an Eeyore on the bed or something. Like I think it was taken in her bedroom, and I feel like there were stuffed animals or something on it, which just really highlights how sad this is, because like she was a child and someone stole these. Anyway, I also want to, paint the picture of the larger pop culture landscape. So in 2008, around, like, I just looked up for July, the number one song was I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry.
Stop. Fun fact, though, about me. I Kissed a Girl. I hated that song when I was a kid. You know why?
Because you're gay?
Yeah, projection. Exactly. I was like, I hate that song.
I mean, it is kind of stupid because it sexualizes like, oh, lesbians, like how men want to like look at girls and like girls getting attention from that shit. But whatever. Katy Perry is problematic in all sorts of ways. Okay, other popular hits were Lollipop by Lil Wayne. Oh, man. Take a Bow by Rihanna. Rihanna.
It's Rihanna.
Oh, it's Rihanna.
Yeah.
It's Rihanna. Sorry, Rihanna. No one calls her that. Bleeding Love by...
Rihanna. Shit.
Exactly. Bleeding Love by... Is it Leona or Leona Lewis? I forget.
Yes, and it's Leona Lewis, and I have a fun fact.
Another fun fact.
Coming later about the same person who wrote wrote something on Vanessa Hudgens Identified.
Okay.
Let me say that again. Vanessa Hudgens Identified.
Vanessa Hudgens. Okay, also, sorry, real quick. Viva La Vida by Coldplay, Forever by Chris Brown, When I Grow Up by Pussycat Dolls, Seven Things by Miley Cyrus, oh my god, I cannot talk. And it was the year Beyonce became Sasha Fierce. The Twilight craze, Britney comeback was Circus. Remember that? Heath Ledger died, R.I.P. I don't think that was on that record. Anyway, Heath Ledger died. Ooh. Barack Obama became president.
Ooh.
And I just want to say High School Musical walked so Camp Rock could run.
Wow.
Yes, so that premiered in 2008.
Yeah. We don't know if we'll do Demi albums, maybe like the very early ones.
Yeah, because they're just too good. But yeah, I think maybe the first one.
If we review you on this podcast, it's because your work did not age well.
Yeah, so it's actually an honor to not be on this.
Yeah, but we love it in such a nostalgic way. You know?
That is very true. All right, so real quick before we get into the actual album, where is Vanessa now? You know, I think she's been a judge on So Think You Can Dance like multiple seasons.
Wait. Can she even dance? Wait, was she a better dancer
Basically,
than
what we're going to do is...
Shit, I forgot.
I don't know how good she is.
Okay.
She, of course, went on to do the live action Rent and Grease, where she killed it. I'm pretty sure
so good.
One of them she performed live, and it was like,
yeah, it was Grease when she was Rizzo.
Yeah, but
there
is that
was things?
Well,
she
performed live in both of them.
No, but it was right at
her dad died
after. Yeah, it was like
right after
literally
her
the
dad
night
died
after or something, and they weren't even sure if she was going to go on.
And she fucking killed it.
But the show went on,
as it does. She's been in actual Broadway productions as well, a bunch of random movies, but I think her most famous movies are like the recent Lifetime Hallmark level Christmas vibes, but on Netflix. Night Before Christmas, Princess Switch, all that. And also, I have to shout out I think it was Fabletics collab.
That is what she's been up to.
This is what I'm wearing. A like neon, it's not even neon green. It's like, is it chartreuse maybe? Chartreuse and lime, depending on the lighting. It is giving Shrek.
But like a fancy, so Fiona.
Yes.
Fancy ogre.
But it's like tights and then a sports bra. So I had to do it today.
So basically...
what we're going to do is dance. I can't.
No, so basically what we're going to do is now get into what the critics were saying about Identified. So, it has a meta score based on a whopping 7 reviews. And that meta score is 63 out of 100. Billboard said that the album panders to the pre-team demo with stop-start pop that ranges from pleasant, the title track Identified, to dull, Amazed, to off-putting, Hook It Up. That's like, honestly, it is off-putting.
Agree with all of, like, that entire take, yes.
Yes. But for little girls, this is one nonstop sing-along. You have to burn. It's a burn.
But that's also, we can't unpack this now, but it's also a burn to like be like, oh, that's something little girls like. I'm sorry, little girls and teenage girls and fandom make the world go round.
Well, and the thing is, so something I began to think about around, I think, Don't Leave, because the lyrics were so simple and like kitschy. Maybe that's the wrong word, but like, I was like, wait, is this bad because it's like relatively bad? Or is it actually good because it was written for teens? So
I mean, like, this whole album was like an advertising brief based on the fact that Sneakernight was a Mark Echo Unlimited ad.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yes. Identified was never awarded or nominated for anything. Not even like a Radio Disney Music Award.
Damn. But you know what? Vanessa Hudgens had been nominated and I think won. I don't know about this year, but she got her accolades from Teen Choice Awards and all that.
For, High School Musical
and all that. But this album, nada.
And then lastly, I think this album is summed up perfectly by a reporter from Digital Spy who gave the album 2 out of 5 stars. And they said, Vanessa Hudgens identified. On this evidence, the High School Musical star is more Hilary Duff than Miley Cyrus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so well put. I mean, only the girlies who get it will get it, but like, spot on.
Yes. All right, so typically, we have a lot of singles to talk about, but Identified only had one single.
Sneakernight.
Which again, to Paige's point, that this was like an advertising brief. It's described as a dance pop, jazz fusion R&B, and I would agree with those piano chords. All night long. I would agree. Sneakernight peaked at 88 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 8 on Billboard's Hot Dance Music /
Wait,
Club.
does that mean they played it? Wait, did you say club? So
Club,
does that mean they were actually playing this in clubs and on radio?
Bro, there were some DJs that were cutting it up because it's so freaking funny.
I never once heard this song on the radio even. Like, this I saw on my TV.
It was a Disney radio special.
Yeah, it was exactly. It was a Disney radio special. And like, seeing the commercials. But I cannot imagine this being played in clubs, but we have so much love for Sneakernight.
We do. But interesting fact, Slovakia, it fucked with Sneakernight. It reached number 66 on Slovakia's Radio Top 100.
And meanwhile, this album was released first in Japan. Maybe they should have released it in, Slovakia first.
Yeah. All right, so a little more background on Sneakernight. It was produced by J.R. Rotem. And if you're wondering who this nobody is, he's actually written quite a few like top 5 number 1 hits, including SOS by Rihanna, Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston, and Leona Lewis's Better in Time. So this man was putting some quality stuff out and making bank. Some songs aged really well. But JR was just having a day off. You've described it as he phoned it in.
And you'll explain it, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is a trend on this album. Like, a lot of really talented, well-known industry people helped with this album, and they all
Max
just were
Martin.
like, they're like, this is a check to me. Like, I don't really care about this.
Yeah, it was
that's the sense I got.
Max Martin, Dr. Luke's protege, the Messengers. Like, it was stacked. But it just goes to show sometimes you have off days. So obviously there's a great music video that accompanies this song. It's basically, again, an Echo Unlimited commercial. I think I remember the commercials now, but I don't think I put together that it was like an actual song because it's it's such a jingle. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the most iconic thing about this music video is the outfit. Ooh, a fedora, a white fedora, a zip-up hoodie over a sequin tank top. She had tube socks, and of course, she paired them with the light-up Mark Echo shoes. They weren't actually light up. I'd hate to disappoint you kids, but I don't think they actually lit up. They weren't light-up sneakers like that when you walk. It was just like...
false advertising.
Yeah, it was just part of the ad. Also, when she danced, and the backdrop is a close-up, like a giant sneaker shoelaces that would, like, glow neon. And then she goes to a house party and she's dancing in the street with her friends.
What do you think the music video or the song aged better?
Oh my God. I mean, I guess the song, because you don't have to see, like, if you visually see it with that outfit I just described, you say, this is 2008.
But as we saw in Urban Outfitters, the early 2000 trends are coming back. So maybe a few more years and we'll be like seeing people with fedoras again. Honestly, I think that's going to be back in a few years.
Yeah.
Everyone rocking a fedora.
Well, the tiny purse is already back. Like, so many Hilary Duff
The hats,
outfits.
the belts,
Ashley
the pants.
Tisdale. Ashley, I would never call her doll. No. I'm so sorry. It wasn't actually a Freudian slip. I promise. She's not doll at all. I mean, I was really thinking about her iconic red carpet outfit with I think it was a feather boa and the sleeping mask. Sorry, that's beside the point. But yeah, I bringing it back to sneaker night, when you see that kind of look,
it's a time and a place.
Yeah, it's a time and a place.
Oh, man. All right, so to describe the track, it's jazzy, it's heavy on the piano, there's a lot of echoing and
echoing like Mark Echo.
But I think what really stands out are the lyrics. I mean, how do you get by? Are you ready? Did you eat? Do you have the energy?
Are you reloaded? Are you able to stay on your feet? I don't want you passing out after a couple hours of beats. That's a self-care queen right there. She said, fill your belly with nutrition. Stay hydrated. I want you wearing a practical outfit. I mean, I need to wear the practical shoes.
Yeah, comfortable. Like, who talks like that?
Again, it's because it's an advertising brief.
Because I got comfortable foot.
That's what the line "comfortable footwear" is giving. Nobody talks like that in a song.
No.
No one even talks about that in real life.
No.
Unless you're like a podiatrist.
I gotta get some comfortable footwear.
You know, you would say comfortable shoes. They couldn't even say comfortable shoes.
Yeah. They're like footwear.
It's so fucking odd.
Some other great ones. Close it up, shut it down, go home now.
Oh, and then
second round ding.
Yeah, the second round ding. I was gonna say that's my favorite parts. I like when we vocal stim it. Just go in the car.
Shut it down, ding.
Second round ding. Oh, when the beat is like an earthquake. Ooh, hoo, hoo.
Oh, I mean,
I'm sorry, I can't sing, guys, but I mean, Vanessa Hudgens, this level, it's only like one step above karaoke, honestly.
Speaking of, did you see the video?
Oh no! Oh my God, I forgot about this. So, Vanessa Hudgens is self-aware to an extent, and there was a video her friend took. I guess they were in like a private karaoke room, and her friend put on Sneakernight without her realizing, and just put it on, I'm pretty sure, for her to sing. And she was laughing. She was cracking up. So she knows it's funny. Like, she's in on it at this point. I also enjoy that she defines what a Sneakernight is. Even though basically what we're going to do is dance. And she just repeats that over and over again. Again, it's
not.
Oh yeah, her laugh at the end.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
I think that was it. I don't think I could top that. But we always make fun of the ending.
So good.
I'm not long.
And I just like, how would you describe the sound? Like, is that an effect, or is just that her voice? Because it sounds like when a record is slowing down, or like kind of glitching.
I think it's kind of going for that, because like when a song ends. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was intentional.
Not, but I think she sang it like that.
Too?
That was all natural, no effects.
But there wasn't. But there was intention behind. Okay, I respect
it was intentional.
That. I respect that about Sneakernight. I like that you analyzed that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, I think Sneakernight holds a special place in mine and Paige's hearts. We will basically bring it up
we bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the first track now.
All right.
Last night.
So, I don't get the twangy guitar.
I was gonna say same thing. I was like, is there a southern twang in this?
But here's the thing.
And then some church organs.
I know. I said don't bring gospel into this.
Yes, if you're gonna be like a non-black / she's half white person doing this, you got to do it like what is it? Haley Williams. Ain't it fun?
So good.
But anyway,
but I think I think the twangy thing makes sense when we look contextually, because that Taylor Swift craze of country pop was just revving up.
That's so true.
You know, she just came off of Teardrops on My Guitar. I think she was gearing up for her next album. So I think there was intention in that. But I will say, because of that weird combo of twang and gospel chords and organs, I feel like this song is emblematic of the whole album in that they're just throwing shit at the wall and they're seeing what sticks.
That's a great point. Because I was going to say when you brought up like, oh, this is following this trend that Taylor Swift set. It feels like every song is different and trying to hit on a different trend or something. Like there's no cohesion.
No.
Zero. Wait, the first note I have is na 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 na. So especially because she says that a lot in the song. I wrote the accent. Like I feel like she not only was there the guitar twang, I feel like she kind of put on an accent.
Yeah.
It was very like this whole thing she sings with a it's not an accent. I don't know what you would call it. That she does not have in High School Musical when she sings.
Mm-hmm.
Like she does not sound like that. But like I also okay. So I started writing down. At her best sounds like blank, and then at her worst sounds like a cat in heat. So like, but like the thing is, I was never able to find what was at her best. I was like, produced this so wrong. They got all the people together but like didn't care. Like
she doesn't have a voice for the kind of music they were trying to make for her.
Yeah. Well, it's just clear again. There was no vision for this album other than cash grab, and that's not a real vision.
No.
So I feel bad for her because like even if she can really sing now, but even if her voice wasn't that developed, she's still. I don't think it sounds bad necessarily because of her. They.
No.
Directed her terribly.
Identified. This is the next song.
The title track.
The camera shutter sounds. I just felt like it was so corny. But I could have seen myself at like 16 years old and being like, oh my God, this effect is so cool. I want to put it in a song.
It's so cool because it fits with the paparazzi sounds fit with the theme of being identified because she's like I said, pinnacle of her career, so she's like in the spotlight. She's getting her nudes leaked. She's been identified.
Was that? I was about to say, was that before? Was this album before or after they leaked again? What?
I think they leaked in 2007. So yeah, this was after. So she's used to the spotlight at this point. The paparazzi are following her around.
I should have known that with that context. I have to look back at these lyrics because maybe there's something deeper.
Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I wrote though overall I don't hate it.
There's definitely worse songs on the album. I think though what ruined it is the auto-tune and the I know what you're trying to do, know what you're gonna say.
Oh,
like that.
Yes.
Kind of ruins it.
I agree. Okay.
But it could have been a great song because the production was good.
It could have been. You know what I wrote down that I think this will connect the dots. It wanted to be that Lindsay Lohan song Rumor. It wanted to be
That's
Rumor
what
so damn bad. And I looked it up because I was like,
that was before.
Yeah, I was like, Paige, what if you're being a little shit? And Rumor wanted to be
wanted to be identified.
No, that came out like 4 years earlier or something.
Which
You have more to add?
No, I was just going to say,
Identified?
which, little foreshadowing, we will, of course, do the Lindsay Lohan albums?
Obviously. It might have been. I don't know.
I don't know if she had multiple albums.
That's right. We want to do artists who, like, you think that you were like, did they have an album?
Yeah, exactly.
Did they just have this one song in a commercial or like the ending credits of some Disney movie? Anyway, are you now ready to move on to First Bad Habit?
Yeah. I gotta say, the lyric that might be the worst on the whole album is, I can't give you up. And even though you're trouble, I come back for double. What the fuck?
That is pretty bad. That is pretty damn bad.
Like,
but I think I have something to rival that coming up.
Shit. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, I wrote that it was a catchy enough chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this isn't terrible. I also wrote down that all her songs sound like demos you send to more famous artists.
Oh,
to be like,
so
oh, do you want to sing that? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
reference
tracks.
tracks. It sounds like reference tracks. And again, this is no offense to poor
Oh,
Vanessa.
the thing is, there's no harmonies. There's no, like, it's so mono.
Most of it. I'm gonna bring it up, but I think there is one part where she has harmony.
But yeah, I would say First Bad Habit is not the first bad song on this album.
All right. Next, this I wrote possibly the most embarrassing track. This has got Hook It Up.
Hook It. I said it might be the worst song on the album. No consistency in her vocals. Another contender for the worst lyric. You got the money. She's got the hottie body.
Hook it all up. Wait. My
fuck?
favorite. I wrote this down. There's a line that says, "So if you want a chance, better get up and dance. Unless you really can't dance. In that case, stay at home, players only." This is
She really
so
likes
embarrassing.
talking about dancing.
Because what else? Like, it's Disney. They're not going to allow her to like directly talk about fucking.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. She's not going to have fucking WAP out here.
And another thing, the production. So like all these chords and synths, they sound like something I would have produced at 15 when I first found out about MIDI, and like it's so bad. It's just like it's just horrible. And by the way, surprise, surprise, it was written and produced and also features that Rock Mafia, which is an American record production team. They've produced and written 38 top 10 singles, Hook It Up not being one of them, and they've sold over 50 million records worldwide.
Damn.
So,
and they were like notable in the aughts, right? Like
Yeah.
the aughts were like their time.
yeah.
Sorry, I found two more lines that really spoke to me. Then we pull up our pants.
The rap. Yeah.
Okay. Also,
I was like, what? I was like, what is this? Lean back, something, pull up your pants.
Yeah, I was
and
like,
do the rock away. Like, what is this?
they're trying to like make it like hip hoppy, and it's so, yeah, it's so embarrassing.
I put that don't ask why is forgettable. I said instant skip.
What I said, I liked this one.
Why?
Because I wrote decent but forgettable, perhaps. So like, okay,
yeah.
but I still liked it because they had the girl group vibes with the backing vocals.
Oh,
And like it just felt more appropriate for her. Like
Yeah,
that
that's a
felt like
good
more her
point.
speed. Like her trying
That's
to
a
do
good point.
hip hop and all this other. I'm like, girl, this is not who you are. So I think that's why I like gravitated towards this one. I don't have any good lyric callouts. Don't ask why.
I won't. Next up, Amazed. I think it might be tied with Hook It Up for one of the worst songs on the album. Like, I'm amazed this song made it out of the studio because
for real?
because it was produced by Benny Blanco and Dr. Luke. And it's
Fuck that man.
But like they've had big hits and they had Amaze. Like, also another thing about this album, it not only sounds like reference tracks, it sounds like all the songs you write before you get the hit number 1 written.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got to write like 12 bad songs in order to write one good one. That's what this album feels like.
Well, I hope that someone a lyricist went on after this, and they did write their hit. That this was a stepping stone for them. I hope so. I wrote, not even Lil Mama can make this song memorable.
Damn.
She had 0 bars. I'm like, she definitely did not write this. They gave it to her. It's not good. I was like, if they actually let Lil Mama do something on here, I think it would have made it memorable, but
Little Mama and Avril Lavigne.
Like, that's just so catchy. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. The bad beatboxing. It sounds like what a mom does when she thinks she's being cool. I don't know.
Damn. Yeah.
I could, maybe it's good beatboxing, but in the context of what it is, it just sounds so
it's bad.
Cringe.
It's
you know?
bad.
I wrote the best part of the song is in the beginning when she says, "Can't figure out how I'm gonna get through the next 10 minutes," because it's a grunge effect. And I really thought, I was so hopeful and to be let down that it was going to turn into like a pop punk song.
Ooh, yeah, like some Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, like I thought, another half Filipina, like me and Vanessa.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else for that?
No.
All right, next is
Don't Leave.
Don't Leave. I want to know what you thought of this.
So again, this was where I mentioned earlier, like, this was about where I said, wait, is this as bad lyrics or are they actually good because they're written for the target audience, right? You gotta keep the target audience in mind. Again, like, this is something 15-year-old Morgan would write.
I wrote, you say it's so bad. I wrote, ooh, kind of like this.
What? No.
Okay, but this is also me being generous. I would, like, never be like, ooh, let me add this to my playlist. You know, there was,
unlike
Sneakernight, which we've listened to so many times, ironically, that I don't think it's ironic anymore, to be honest.
We've given Vanessa her coin from our streams.
Oh my
Let's
God.
just say.
Yes. The number of dance parties we've had to Sneakernight.
Yeah, that's right.
I liked it because it had more of a girl group sound. So it wasn't good, but I liked it like comparatively.
Yeah.
Also, it was interesting because it's about like a long distance relationship, and she was in a LDR with Zac Efron, and even though they didn't break up till like what 2010 or something, they were there together for a long time. Distance is what eventually broke them up.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, I thought it was interesting. I can't keep singing. I'm speaking because it's out of control, and proceeds to sing. She can't speak, she can't sing, so she does both. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope. Next up was Paper Cut, and I said it sounded like a ripoff of No Air. Like something,
Oh my God. I can hear that. Paper Cut. I put a heart next to it in my notes.
Ooh.
And I wrote, did the album get better after Sneakernight?
No, honestly, I will say, even though I said it sounds like a ripoff of Nowhere, I think it's actually not a bad song, we'll say.
Yeah. I pulled out one lyric that I wrote down, and not in like I'm gonna make fun of how bad this is way. So it seems so harmless, but only at first, like a pupper. Like a paper cut, the pain grows worse. And I was like, oh, that's like a catchy little snippet for a pop song.
Nice. Next up, we got Party on the Moon. Again, every time I think I found the worst song, it gets worse. Like, it honestly sounds like a wannabe Timberland production off of Future Sex Love Sounds.
That's given this song a lot of credit, I feel like. But
it doesn't sound like it, but it wants to sound like that.
Yeah, I feel that.
My favorite is like, when she starts, she's like, "Is anyone out there?"
Wait. She says, "Is anyone out there?" But then talks about Martians invading. I was like, how to go from "is anyone out there" to "they're like a swarm of them attacking you"?
She asked if anyone was out there, and they came.
I guess so, but I need to start doing keep doing this when I listen to songs where I write something about, and I keep adding my thoughts as I go, because for this it says, "Judging by the name, this is going to be terrible." But then a few moments later I wrote, "Maybe I was wrong."
No.
But okay, I was not wrong. It's just terrible, but it has my favorite rhymes of I think the whole album. It's so
more than second round ding. It's about to begin.
Oh, what is that? A near rhyme, a slant rhyme, or whatever. Love one of those. It's so astrologic. Meteors drop in woe. Yeah, it's like a rocket. And then later,
oh,
we're on a lunar mission. This isn't science fiction.
Oh.
Okay, and tell me, all right, you said the Timberland project. You know what I'm going to say? This should have been a Kesha song.
Ooh.
This was
oh my God,
a reference.
yeah.
This was a reference track for Kesha. It should have gone to her. That's not true. That's fictional. But I think it would have been better if Kesha did it. Like, if Kesha put her spin on this, can you not hear it? Because Kesha does bad good. You know what I mean? Like, she does trashy in like a camp way. Like, she does pop sleaze in a camp way, and I love it. This is not that at all. So yeah, I wish this were a Kesha song. Also, I feel like Lil Mama could have done. Feel like she should have been on this track than Amaze. Amaze was a waste, and I feel like Lil Mama would have at least had like more to work with if she were featured on this track. Like, you know, with the whole space party on the moon vibes. Like, they're like all those rhymes.
Yeah, there's so much.
There's more like shit to work with.
Did it ever cross your mind? I said forgettable.
Oh my God, the only thing I wrote was okay, fine.
Yeah, I was like, by the time these last few came around, I was like, I'm like, I don't know how much
I'm losing
more.
steam.
Yeah. Gone with the Wind, forgettable.
What? I wrote this was my favorite track after Sneakernight.
What? What you like about it?
This feels like it could be authentic to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the idea of like that girl you knew is gone with the wind. She's not who she was. Like, you got to think like a few years back, like even though she had been in roles and stuff, she wasn't famous. And she's famous at this point. And it wasn't trying to be anything that it's not. It's not. It wasn't trying to be hip hop, thank God. I liked the light piano in the back.
Okay.
I like the beat. I wrote like actually good, I think, question mark. I like the melody. And I think it just shows off her voice. I think she sounds the nicest on this track. I also think going back to I'll bring it all the way back to the first song. Last Night. I feel like I'd like it if it weren't so chaotic.
That's a great way to describe these songs. They are chaotic.
Yeah, and I had to, and it wasn't like I was skipping that and forgot to add it before. It's because I wrote that note right after I watched Gone with the Wind. Right after I finished the album, I was like, damn, I want to listen to it again, but I want it to be polished a little more.
I think one thing we forgot to talk about, though, was the album cover. How could we forget? We got to talk about the album cover art.
I mean, I know why we could forget. It's pretty unmemorable, to be honest.
It's giving like Kelly Clarkson Breakaway.
Oh yeah.
Can you see that?
It's also giving TikTok bold glamour filter. So
yeah.
It could just be the lighting, but she looks a little whitewashed to me. And I think maybe it's just so blown out, like exposure wise, that I can't see her nose. Like, it looks slim. At first glance, to me, that's Mila Kunis. That's Mila. But maybe I'm just thinking about this too deeply and I'm just butthurt as another half Filipina.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to this typeface that had a complete chokehold on us in the aughts. I don't know if it's avant-garde or it's not an avant-garde fart. It's fart. Font.
Tell us what's really on your mind.
But it has like the slanted V. I don't know. Maybe a designer will know what the hell I'm talking about. But people were really into this. And so overall, it looks like it was from 2008 is what I have to say.
It does. Yes. All right. So, final thoughts on Vanessa Hudgens Identified.
It's not great. And do I feel guilty about poking fun at her? Not really. Because she is fake giggling all the way to the bank. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Unscathed, of course not. You know, there were the nude leaks, Hollywood bullshit, being non-white in aughts pop culture. Also, wealth and fame made her completely unrelatable. Remember, people are gonna die, which is terrible, but like inevitable. All that bullshit. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, like she came out not just on the other side, she came out on top. I looked it up because of all her sponsored content, these Netflix movies. She's flipping mansions. She's been described as a Coachella mascot. Her net worth, can you guess how much her net worth is?
I bet it's like randomly $5 million.
It's $18 million.
What?
Yeah.
Vanessa, spread some of that love, sugar mama. That's wild.
Yeah. So what's your takeaway from all this?
So, Vanessa, we love you. I even named a plant after you.
She died, though.
No, she's doing well.
Oh, okay.
She's just going through an evolution, you know. You're truly an icon, giving a hit for all the girlies who have no confidence in dancing like me. It speaks to me. Because after all, basically what we're going to do is dance. It will come easily when you hear the beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I will add that how the media treated you after your nudes were hacked was not fair. They were blaming you rather than the people who hacked your photos. And I know you had to put out a VS statement taking responsibility. But girl, you were the victim, let's be honest. But I'm glad you were able to rise above all of that and still give us a classic hit like Sneakernight.
Snaps for Vanessa.
Yes.
Formerly known as Vanessa Ann Hudgens.
Yes.